Hi there, it's Lori, and it's WIP Wednesday, and I have a lot of WIPs. I do. Okay, these are new ones. We'll start with new ones. This one is a blanket from Camille's Happy Holidays challenge. Now, the color's different. I'm going with Buddy the Elf kind of colors. That's a green, a deep green, and I had to make it smaller because I don't have quite as much yarn as I would need in this. And I hook sized up to a 14 millimeter. This is my light up one. I'm not using obviously the light, but so I've got 2 rows, and guess what stitch it has? The dreaded 3rd loop half double crochet. But it's every other. It's not too bad, and it's back and forth, and it creates really cool texture. Okay, that's WIP number 1 that I have exactly 2 rows done. This one, this is an infinity scarf, also from the Happy Holidays challenge. This is from the scarves list. This is a turtle trunk. Again, turtle trunk is the creator spotlight for crafting Kitty Erin. And let me show you. It does not look particularly special there. Let me show you what yarn that is. And I'm outside pulling because I'm kind of, for this particular person, I'm hoping it stops in the yellow here. But I want to get to the purple. So it is just starting to get into the purple. But so that's going to be an infinity scarf. That's 10 rows. I think it was 47 rows. I think it was 47 rows total. Anyway, for the elf blanket, using that for the belt. It's the same kind of yarn. It's all Lion brand, Hometown. Oh, nope, I lied. This is Charisma. The black it's got the specs in it. I thought that would make it kind of fun. For right now, I think I'm going to, oh, there's another partial roll. Okay, I might be good. Oh, that's Serenity Chunky. Okay. Well, I'll use that if I have to. Or I just stuck that label on it and it's not Serenity Chunky. Let's look. Maybe that's not the same. That's the same yarn, isn't it? Because the label on this Serenity Chunky says dark. I do not think you would label that dark. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so I'm using Charisma in colorway Forest. And then I'm going to use Cambridge Tweed, is this color in Hometown, USA, Lion brand. This is not a new yarn based on that label. This is a few years old. I don't think it says a year, but let's see. Anyway, they're all bulky 6. I don't recall. This is bulky 5. So the black's a little thicker. I'm not worried about it. It's not enough thicker that it's not like it's not gonna be a problem. Anyway, okay. So again, elf colors instead of Santa colors. Rainbow infinity scarf, all for the Happy Holidays challenge. I still have this. I may or may not finish doing this tote. We're gonna see. I have got to do some kind of shoot. It's already the 21st. This is a tote bag. This is a laptop tote bag. I was going to do for the Happy Holidays challenge. It's from the bags list. Oh, I was going to show you, but I'm using that number stitch marker because that's telling me that's the 10th row. But I'm also using this old one because I cannot find my clicker one at the moment. So, and this one I do actually want to keep track of my rows. All right. This is the pattern test one. And now I know this width, I can get 60 inches with 1 cake of color on my halo. So that's good for me to know with, now this is just the lemon peel stitch, but for my formerly known as Safe Haven Archway project. Where are my other WIPs? Here's another WIP. This one I have not given any attention to. I did message the mom. I'm sure the baby's already been born by now because, you know, that's my typical track record. But this is that texture is everything blanket. I need to get back to working on this, but it hasn't been a priority. Oh, maybe that's the one. Well, again, I've had to make major modifications because I'm shrinking down the size. What other WIPs do I have? Oh, this. I really need to work on this one. That's all I've got. Is part of the ribbing of part of the back panel. So part of the ribbing of the back panel. This one I need to find the date. Kitty Lane, Create and Relate. This is for her. Well, this is for my daughter. She picked it out. She picked out this yarn when they went to Joanne with me, my daughters, on Mother's Day. And they were laughing because they're like, Mom, it's Mother's Day and you're buying stuff for us. What can I say? Anyway, I had them pick yarn for sweaters. My other daughters, I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but anyway. So, and I still have my son-in-law's blanket too. Okay. Anyway, this is this is now going to be the third different yarn I've made exactly the same cardigan for my oldest daughter. I've made one for my granddaughter too. It's probably going to fit her this year, maybe next year. But yeah, so I'm having to adjust the panel sizes because this is much bigger yarn and I'm using a 9mm hook. I wish you could see that sparkle better. There you can kind of see it. And this is the kind of sparkle that it's not the thread wound around it. It's like just in the yarn. It's cool. Anyway, I need to work on that. What other WIPs do I have sitting around here? I finished that. Is that all I have? This is a lot for me, but is that really all I have? I packaged up the Boggy Creek blanket, and it's on its merry way. Still have to technically finish that stocking. Jill Fiberfloozy recommended I do a grommet, and then put a loop through that. I do have a little grommet maker, and yeah, so I might do that. What else? What else do I have? I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay. I went and I found all the other WIPs I have, and by all, I mean 2. Well, technically 3. There's one that I just don't even... Anyway. There's nothing wrong with the project. It's frustrating because I thought I was finished. Oh no, my cats. No, it's... Flynn is just banging the cat feeder and actually got some food out. That cat. Anyway, those are my WIPs. I think I'm actually getting more yarn from Shannon Another Yarn. Don't you worry. I will share. I will be sharing. I think it's just the last little bits, because I think she's almost all the way packed up in the yarn department. Excuse me, I need to sip real quick. Anyway, Shannon Another Yarn on that. I did go ahead and put a lifeline through there, and I did actually realize I missed a stitch, so I just kind of manipulated it. There were a couple of stitches that came out, and I just kind of used what I knew from the knitting machine, so they're not really correct, but I'm hoping the next time you see me I'll have pink hair. Maybe. Anyway, that's Shannon Another Yarn's knitting work. This is the one I had to put the lifeline in. This one she already had the lifeline in. So I just took some straight pins. And it came right off of that straight pin, didn't it? All right. Anyway, just for fun, if I have any more little pieces. This is just so beautiful. Someday I want to be either able to crochet so that it looks like this, use my knitting machine to do this, or actually learn to knit. One of those 3 options someday. This will be like an inspiration or a discouragement. We'll see which way that goes. Not that she was trying to discourage me, but like me going, ugh, that's a lot of work. Anyway, I also finished, this is WIPs, but I finished my commissioned design job. This one was quicker because I didn't have to create the image. This was a, hey, can you take this image and turn it into something with a graph grid? And the person didn't have a printer, so I printed it out big and had to cut and tape together. So it was a different job altogether. It was fun. I'm discovering I really enjoy designing for others. And then again, I didn't even create the image. The first time I designed was referred by other YouTube creators. The person had a little sketch drawing of what they wanted, so I had to create the image. This time it was the person had an image, just needed it turned into something usable for her to actually make the blanket. And she was doing tapestry single crochet. I'm like, and she wants it for a Christmas gift. I am so impressed by people that can do that. Because, I don't have the time. You know what? If that was all I was doing, and I wasn't doing 65 million things, like I said, the tote's already done, the stocking's done. I don't think I've submitted those to Camille. Please join, even do one entry. That washcloth that Camille designed, the nitty gritty, I think is what she called it, the nitty gritty dishcloth. Go do it, and then submit a picture to share with Camille at gmail.com and get an entry. You don't have to do a million things. Again, I watched this happen where I think there were like 400 or 380, or there were a ton of names on this big wheel somebody had, not a physical wheel, because that's less than 1 degree. Sorry, math nerd coming out. Less than 1 degree burning. Anyway, so on the screen you could see it was just filled with names, and there was a person that there were people on there with like 30 or 40 or even 50 entries. I think 40 was the most, I think they said. Anyway, either way, not for the biggest prize, but for one of the other prizes, there was a person whose name was on there literally one time. That's all it takes. You only need one entry. And Camille's, as far as I know, she's not going to end up with 380 slots or 400 slots on her wheel. But oh my gosh, sorry, I'm moving the computer around. I apologize. Anyway, WIPs. I don't know what my story is. Just, I don't know how I'm going to get all this done. That's my story. I need to do it. It needs to get done. I need to get an awareness ribbon thing or an awareness color thing done for Armchair Chef. Whatever I make for that is going to be for blood cancer awareness, because I have 2 people that are very important or special in my life that suffer from that, and they are different versions. And my son-in-law's mother passed from leukemia, which is the one most of us know, but there are so many different blood cancers you can have. Anyway, I need to make an item for that, and I have less than 10 days. I'll come up with something, because I always do. Anyway, thanks for coming in, and can I get an amen?